Power starts now. Hey everyone, voiceover Simpler here. I'm going to be telling you everything I do. So basically first I made the base plate green so then it can be used as ground. Then I started working on the goals for the soccer ball to go into whenever you play the game. Otherwise there's kind of no point in having a soccer ball if there's no goals to hit it into. So I'll make a little time lapse of that real quick. Right here's the second I made a very small yet inconvenient mistake of putting the net one block in from the outer area, which later I did fix, but it's just a very small inconvenience and will make it to where it's harder for the ball to get in, and it's just, yeah. Right here is where I copy and pasted the net from the other side and moved it to this side so then I could have two nets. And then I realized, wow, these nets are actually like incredibly far apart and I don't want to make a map that big. So I moved them closer together right here and made it to where, it's not 500,000 studs away from each other. So yeah, there's that. Right here's where I started building the outer area of the map. Like the part that restricts the ball from going directly off of the ledge of the map. And I think it turned out decent for speedrunning it. Alright, as you can see, I'm just adding up the finishing touches, and boom, there we go. Yeah, that's the arena basically. That's all of it. Oh wait, no, never mind. Now that's all of it. So yep, we have our glass cover. We have the stands for the audience, although I didn't put any actual seats down, so nobody will be sitting there. And yeah, now let's get to making the actual game. Right here, what I'm doing is I'm actually adding a confetti effect for whenever a player scores in one of the goals. And right here, I set it to sphere instead of block, which actually sends the little particles in a spherical motion, instead of just sending it straight up. So that's a good little tip for anyone who just wants the particles to go anywhere. Yay, we got to the most fun part, the scripting. Get ready to see this screen for a while. Oh, by the way, if you guys have any questions on how I may have, done anything in the game, I would be glad to answer them in the comments. Just, leave a comment, obviously. But I doubt you will, because I'm a very amateur scripter. I just started, the other day, actually, scripting in Roblox. But I would say I'm decent at scripting. I'm not, Einstein over here. But, yeah. Basically, what I'm doing right now is I'm setting up a script that whenever the game starts, it's going to set the ball from server storage to the workspace. So, yeah. As simple as that. So here what I'm doing is I'm setting up that if the ball goes into a net, by the way, this is a different script for those who are not the sharpest tools in the shed, no offense. So basically, this is the script that makes it to where if the ball goes into the net, it not only spawns the confetti, moves it from server storage into workspace and, makes that effect happen, that cool effect. But also, because I'm so smart, makes the screen actually light up too by just upping the brightness to 10. And because of me doing this effect before, I know that the base amount is 2. So what I did was every 0.1 seconds, it would wait. And before that wait, it would just make the brightness a new value. So I made it go from 10 down to 0. I'm not 0, down to 2, sorry. And then once it's at 2, it waits another 0.1 seconds, and then it waits 2 seconds to destroy the blue confetti, which, makes it to where the effect of the confetti stops. Also, the game's name is Rocket Blocks, so there's that. Anyways, here I realized that I forgot to put in, start positions, and that was a big mess up on my part. And by that, I mean very minor because I could just put them in easy as pie, as you can see. Here's the moment. I realized the sad truth. These cars, they can't even move the ball, the main thing that you have to move in the game. So in an attempt to make the cars work, I tried to just mess around with all of their, configurations, and it didn't work. Instead, it did whatever this is. So I tried a different car, but, well, I'll let you see. So I did what any sane person would do in this situation. Okay, it may not be your average car, but look, it's all I could do really in this situation. Nothing else could push the ball, and if that doesn't happen, then the game doesn't happen. So you gotta work with me here. Also, for the record, I did try to add teams, but I didn't know what I was doing, so I just scrapped it. So what happened here was my little monkey brain, my little pea brain, remembered that there were sections in Rocket League, like, a blue section, a gray section, and then the orange section, where the ball changes colors and where the teams start out. So I was like, hey, I should add that. So I did, and it turned out okay. It wasn't, the greatest thing in the universe, but at least it still divided up the areas a little bit. Here I added a light to the ball, so then it has, that glow effect like it does in-game. And by in-game, I mean in Rocket League. But whenever I tried to make the light change colors, it just happened to not work. So in the end, I made it just glow brighter whenever it's in one of the team sections, and whenever it's out, it dims. Dims? Dimmins. I don't think dimmins is a word. I think it's just dims. Here's my very horrible attempt at making a power-up, where eventually I do coding and none of it works because I don't know how to edit the player's speed, and I didn't have enough time to watch or find a good tutorial. So I just scrapped it. With time quickly catching up to me, I decided to add flags on both sides of the arena to signify which team is which, by a blue flag on the blue side and an orange flag on the orange side, obviously. And with my final 20 seconds, I decided to just add some nice visuals to the game. And by that I mean just making the graphics look good by adding a bloom effect and a sun glare effect and a few other things. So yeah, that's the end of this. If you for some reason want to play this game, go ahead. Link will be in the description. Just if anything breaks, tell me. I'll fix it best to my ability. And yeah, I hope you have a good one. Bye-bye. Also, I did add music to the final game and fix one bug. Hey man, that's a pretty cool axe you got there.